Hi everyone, my name is Gilbert. Thanks for watching this video. I'm actually doing a quick review of my Tesla Model Y that I got about just yesterday, and I had a chance to drive so far about 100 km, and it took me a while to get used to some features, and I think it's pretty interesting, and I would like to share it with you guys and hope that you can start your EV journey. I think this is really exciting time that EV it's really exciting, and I think it's not just the way to the future, but probably the way of life it should be now. It should be the way of life, saving the environment, being sustainable and things like that, and doing our best to save the earth. Right? I think that's really the most important thing. So when I got this car, the whole process was actually very seamless and is really smooth. Delivery advisor was really very knowledgeable and very helpful. They will help you in any way to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible to your new car before you drive off. They will help you to set up as much as possible as well. And of course, you have your own way. You can take your time to set up yourself, and you can do everything by your own if you want to. They will probably leave you alone. I just went on to do my things. It took me about 45 minutes, but generally I believe that it should only take you 20 minutes to set it up, and then you guys are good to go. Just that I kind of hang around to chit chat a little bit, right? And the whole process was really smooth and seamless. Coming from an ICE vehicle, my previous car was a Hyundai Tucson 2019 model. I can't say much about that vehicle because it was a 5 year ago technology, and it was a big SUV. It is a big SUV, and I enjoyed it. I love it. My family love it. My kids love it. So therefore, we decided to stick to an SUV. But of course, this time around we chose a Tesla. Before you actually leave the Tesla center, you are required to actually check all the detailed part of the car, because the moment you leave the place, the car is your responsibility and you need to take care of it, right? So it is important that you check on the paintwork, the interior, and you just make sure it's clean, right? But my car wasn't came that clean. I felt that it was doesn't really look like it's polished, but I'm okay with it because as long as there's no scratch, it's not extremely dirty, it's fine. Because I'm a guy who rather wash my own car if I have the spare time, because taking care of the car is just like how in return the car will take care of you, right? I think taking care of the car is really important to make sure that everything is smooth. Knowing your car is important as well, right? I guess not everyone do the same thing, but at least I think this is how it is, right? So there's some important things that I would like to share with you guys regarding owning a Tesla, right? The thing is that initially I thought that I don't have to do inspection with the VCOM as often. I thought because EV has lesser parts, less things to maintain, so the inspection will be less and things like that. But I was wrong. It actually applies to all cars, regardless EV or not EV. So the next 2 years I don't have to do the next 2 years I don't have to do inspection, but subsequently on the 4th or 5th year, that's where you have to do it every year. The other things that I want to talk about is that the wall charger, they actually comes with a wall charger. On the Tesla website, it actually costs about $790. You are not able to actually get it on hand. That means they won't pass it to you. You won't physically have it when you collect your car. Basically, what they're saying is that you have to find a certified electrician to actually install the wall charger, and then the certified electrician will actually collect the wall charger on behalf, and then they install it for you. They won't charge you for the wall charger. Basically, they just collect it from Tesla, and then you get it installed. I have to do it within 3 months, right? We have the validity of 3 months to do it. Otherwise, you will lose it. So find a way to get it done. I mean, give it to your friend or whatsoever. Get them to cover the installation, whichever it is. I think it's pretty worthwhile. Yeah, just don't let it go to waste. At this point of time, there is quite a lot of charges, but I would say that the charges are pretty all right. I mean, it's available. Slow charging, those fast charging, you have to make an effort to actually find it, or actually make a journey there to find it. So it's not that easy, especially for supercharger, because I do find that the supercharger is still quite limited in terms of location. I stay in the central, and my only supercharger that I can use is actually the Brado, which is the Tesla showroom. And they don't operate 24/7 because the opening hour is based on the opening hour of the showroom, right? Unlike other supercharger, it's open 24/7, and they are mostly located in the car park, and you just need to pay for parking, and then you can charge your car, right? So generally you won't have any problem getting your car charged in Singapore, right? Unless you are planning to travel to KL or even Thailand, which is very doable now. You just got to plan your journey to make sure that you have enough charging point along the way to get it charged. You'll be wondering what are the maintenance, right? As far as I know, the only obvious one is actually your tires, which every 2 years you probably have to change like any other car. But of course, it really depends on your driving style and how often you drive, how aggressive you drive, how aggressive you step on the accelerator, how, things like that affects how your tire wears out. Make sure that the tire lasts as long as possible. Drive slowly, smooth. Don't aggressively step on the pedal. Do take note that the autopilot here is not a full self-driving version. It's pretty much a lane assist. It actually keeps you to the lane and auto steer for you. So this is where it is. I'm gonna give you a demo on it. Alright, so here we go. My hand is off, but it will prompt me to put my hand on the steering wheel because they expect you to actually still hold on to your steering wheel, right? And of course now the speed limit is, apply some turning force. So they expect you to be still handling the steering wheel. They can actually sense, right? So I'm actually right behind a bus right now. You can see this is a bus. So this feature actually does help you a lot, especially when you do long drive on a highway and you can keep it constant on the road. The good thing that it's testing now is that it's testing in the rain. I didn't get to try testing it in the rain before because yesterday it was good weather. So here it is. You can see it's turning all by itself, but they still need you to put your hand on the steering wheel. Okay, so it will keep to the max speed because that is what is being detected on the road. I believe it's changing to 90 kilometer. There's a max speed of 90 kilometer. Not sure whether it will change. Yes, it changed to 90. So when I press the 90, it's going up to 90, right? You'll travel at 90 kilometer per hour on this particular lane. Okay, so it's still on 60. Now the bus moving away is going to speed up. Yep, because I actually increased the number of cars in front of me. I actually put 5 vehicles. Put 5 vehicles in front of me. 5 vehicle space. Alright, so that they won't be too close to the front in front. You can actually shorten the number of cars if you want to, but I rather you not if you're not confident with the system. You can see that now it's slowing down because there's a big truck. Okay, fantastic feature. I'm quite sure other EVs probably have this function as well, but I probably trust Tesla a lot more because they are the first company to actually go full-fledged, pushing out the software on the vehicles and making sure it's usable in the public and is available for everyone. Destination charger is actually free of charge. You do not need to pay a single cent, right? So you just need to look out for the Tesla destination chargers and they are free. Yes, they are a bit slow because likely they are at about 11 to 22. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it goes beyond 11 kilowatt per hour. It is worth the time if you are going to happen to go to the shopping mall and you can charge your car, you can leave your car there. But do take note that try not to take up too long in case there are other people who really needs it. Alright, so maybe give it a good 2 hours or 3 and then you can move on. You don't have to full charge your car. Now to the design language of this car, right? So this whole car pretty much doesn't have much button except the stocks and of course the steering wheel has buttons. A lot of people couldn't get used to, or even like, what? You know, the car has no button, how am I going to function? How am I going to use it? Like, how am I going to change the aircon? Everything had to be done on the screen? That's ridiculous, right? But the truth is, most of the time you won't adjust so much while you're driving, right? For Model Y, you can actually do most of the control from all these cursors here. You can control most basic functions along these buttons as well. And the delivery advisor actually spoke to me about the reason why there's no button in this car is because it uses more material to produce more buttons and things like that, and therefore it's actually not sustainable. So of course Tesla is moving towards the whole sustainability effort, right? Yeah, making sure that they use as little things as possible to produce a car. Okay, so that's the beauty about it. Because of that, they can actually continue to keep giving you upgrades, features that is through this screen, software-based upgrade, and this car will continuously have new functions and new features over the years. Okay, it is something that not all cars can provide you, especially ICE car. The moment you buy the car, you leave the showroom, or rather the moment they sell the car, the design and the technology ends there. You are just going to use the same old technology and then it cascades down, right? As to compare to having EV right now, software based, they can keep upgrading, giving you new features and things like that. And this car, you make it feel like this car is evergreen. Think about it, when iPhone first came out, there isn't any buttons, or rather they only came out with one button and some volumes and all. You know, it was very minimalistic, right? And you're thinking that, oh my goodness, there's only one button. How am I going to use it? How am I going to function? Right? How am I going to type? Right? Of course, the first few years of iPhone, there was a lot of teething problem. I remember the year that I actually got my first iPhone, and I have to say it was very challenging, but it was very refreshing. Get to do a lot of things and things that the traditional phone couldn't give you, like the Nokia. Using the Nokia and then move to iPhone, it was really a big jump. And to be honest, I have no regret. In fact, ever since then, I've been using iPhone all the way. I'm quite sure it applies the same thing to people who are using Android as well. So Tesla, it's kind of pretty much similar in that stage right now, where people are getting used to the idea that there's not much button in this car. In fact, I plan to keep the car as simple as possible, as bare as possible, that to keep the beauty of this car, right? So hopefully it stays that way. I don't keep upgrading stuff, right? Otherwise, my wife will ask me, why don't you just marry to Tesla and then you just sleep in your Tesla? Oh my goodness. Hope not. I still love you. My wife. Generally, the car handling is really smooth. It's slightly on the heavier side, but it can be adjusted. And I do like the acceleration. The acceleration is very different from your ICE car. Coming from an ICE car and from a manual car, you know how ICE car and manual car has this biting point where you can tap a little bit, but it doesn't really accelerate, and then it moves off slowly. Okay, so this car, or rather EV, has this as well, but there's no free play. In the acceleration, there's no free play at the pedal. So that's something that you need to take note. But well, if I can get used to it, I'm quite sure you can get used to it. In less than a day, keep driving. Idea is just keep driving and you'll get used to it very fast. Another thing is I like about the Tesla is that the screen is really big. I can see everything here clearly. I can see the road clearly. In fact, I can't even see the boot of my I might see the end of my car actually. So that is something that I need to get used to it. I'm actually sitting quite high, and I'm quite a big size guy, and I still can't see the end of my bonnet, right? Compared to my previous car, I could, but now for this I can't. But the thing is, because of that, I can see the road a lot clearer. I can see what's in front of me, and I feel a lot safer in that sense actually. Nothing is blocking my view because I feel that I'm in full control, being able to see everything. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this driving experience sharing will actually help you to start off your EV journey. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask below in the comment section, and I'll gladly try my best to answer as much as I know. And I will be posting more video about Tesla. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.